Well, alrighty. So how's everybody doing? Hope you guys are doing fine. I'm doing pretty great myself. It's good to be back once again, talking about things that we love to talk about, which is what's going on in Hollywood, what's making the news, what's making the rounds, and so on and so forth, whether it be social politically or just maybe sometimes it's just fanning over some movies. So I'm being a fan guy today, not really going to be going into those culture war type of stuff. We're just going to talk straight what's going on with a certain movie. So I think about a day ago, I made a video regarding the Captain African America woke Captain America, Brave New World, right? And essentially, I talked about how this has bombed again in test screening, and they didn't just have one, but two test screenings, and it bombed. Audience thought it was flat and inessential. However, one of you guys left me a comment that I wanted to respond to on this video, and I felt that that comment is something that we actually need to talk about, and it's something that I want to be doing more often on this particular channel, responding to some of you's comments. So essentially what you are getting at is that we're not getting an Incredible Hulk in this particular movie, and so why aren't we if we're getting all other versions of Hulk? So what you said, Alex Cogan, is, so we got a Red Hulk and Tim Blake Nelson back, but Hulk isn't in this. Much as I'd love to solely blame Disney, I blame Universal more for continuing to sit on the character and doing nothing with him. So there are two versions of what you are somewhat complaining about there, that you need a Hulk in this movie. The main Hulk, the Incredible Hulk himself, is not there, and you're blaming Universal, not just Disney, for the failure of this movie if they are not putting Hulk in it, which now begs the question. First questions first. Do you think that the Incredible Hulk being in this movie is going to save the movie? And the second question is, why is Universal sitting on the Incredible Hulk without doing anything with it? Well, I'm going to answer these two questions. But before I answer those questions, I would like to ask you guys that if you are yet to do so, please do consider smashing that like button down below. It's massively, massively important. And if you are yet to subscribe, please consider subscribing. We do a lot of talks about movies, reviews, and actors and what's going on in Hollywood, socially, politically, as well as the culture war as well. So without further ado, let's get right into it and talk about it now, shall we? So for the first things first, let me inform you that the Incredible Hulk, you may not have heard, but Anthony Mackie sort of like let it slip in one of those interviews while they were trying to market this particular thing. I think it was on Comic-Con or something not too long ago. He said the Incredible Hulk was going to be on Captain America, Brave New World. Although they're not using the Incredible Hulk in the marketing, maybe he's going to be there in some form of a cameo role. We don't know. Maybe it's going to be in a post-credit scene. We don't know. But Anthony Mackie is deliberately letting it slip, deliberately, because in that interview, it was reported that Harrison Ford was trying to tap him not to say much about the Incredible Hulk being in there. However, the reason why I believe he is revealing it is the same thing that I said in my last video, that Anthony Mackie does not have the star power to actually market, to actually move the needle when it comes to sales, box office sales for a Marvel movie. Maybe in other movies, maybe in other kind of series, maybe, but he just doesn't. And the reason why is because they did not build Falcon up well. He's not a character that anybody gives a rat's ass about. I mean, you making him the centerpiece for a racial, conversation that, he's experiencing racism in a superhero movie, where they went through a world event where the world got together to defeat a villain who was threatening extinction, right? Or at the very least, extinction level type of an event, right? So you just had that, and then you've had something that big, and then you revert back to talking about racism, right? So he wasn't well built up. Nobody cared about Falcon and Winter Soldier. I can guarantee you, and I asked a question on that particular video, and nobody actually responded to it, which was, who was the bad guy in Falcon and Winter Soldier? I don't remember. And I can guarantee you guys, I watched it from beginning to the end, but I don't remember who the bad guy was. That's how flat that particular series was. I don't even remember the plot of the series because it was just that flat. It was flat. There was nothing to it. So why would people want to go and see a movie when the series doesn't even attract anybody? If you were going to make a movie about Loki right now, I will go and watch it because Loki 2 right? The second season of Loki was quite interesting, right? I'd go and see that. But this Falcon and Winter Soldier, the hell? Like, who cares? Nobody cares. So if the Incredible Hulk coming in, would it make any big difference? Well, let's look at it. The Incredible Hulk that you knew, right, from a kid, that you fell in love with as a kid, the Hulk smash, puny human, that particular Hulk is long dead and gone. He died in 2011 because after 2012, Avengers Endgame, the Hulk we knew slowly started to metamorphose into something else. Let's get into that, right? First things first, when you talk about Hulk in Thor Ragnarok, he was absolutely humiliated. Not only was he easily beaten by Thor in Thor Ragnarok, but he was written like a child in that, which, well, I will give it to Taika Waititi. It's good for laughs. However, it's degrading to the character and demeaning to the character. That's not Incredible Hulk. I mean, complaining and walking like a kid. Like, that was just embarrassing for that particular character.
You're embarrassing me. I told them we were friends.
So that was the beginning of the degradation of that particular character. And when it came to Infinity War, I mean, he was toyed with by Thanos. He couldn't even get a scratch from Thanos. What was the point of him being there? And then later on in Infinity War, he became an absolute coward in refusing to fight in the last battle scene. He refused to fight, right? That was a cowardly move. I don't care if some people, theories out there, started trying to explain some theory about the reason why is he was just sick of fighting Bruce Banner's fights for him and he didn't want to fight. No, those are all bullshit. Those are not part of the movie. Those are all people's personal opinions and thoughts, right? Part of the movie was he got beat by Thanos very easily, by the way, and he didn't want to fight anymore on seeing Thanos. That's a cowardly move.
Hulk, what are you doing? Come on, come on, come on. What do you mean, no?
So that's a coward. Now, remember this. These people are trying to take every character that we know and love who have masculine traits that people fell in love with, and they're trying to take those masculine traits and crush it. Thor, Love and Thunder. You saw what they did with Thor there. Let's move on. When it now came to Endgame, he was absolutely useless in Endgame. And don't give me that bullshit about, oh, he was the one who designed the machine that took them to the past and he was the one who did the snapping. That's not what Hulk is for. That's what Bruce Banner is for. That's not what Hulk is for. So at that time in Endgame, all we got was Bruce Banner in a green looking CGI suit. That's all we got. We did not get the Incredible Hulk at all. When it came to the final fight scene, all he did there was show up with a cast in his hand or whatever and did virtually nothing. Can you guys tell me one particular scene that you could remember in Endgame that was like attributed, specially dedicated for Hulk? No. Even 15 minutes Captain Marvel had a fight scene that everybody remembers. She absolutely defeating Thanos to the point where Thanos needed help to blow her away so that he could run to safety from her, right? That's supposed to be, allocated to the Incredible Hulk, not to her. But no. Not to the strongest Avengers. You give it to a D-lister Avenger to come and defeat Thanos that way. So that was even embarrassing. And don't even get me started on what they did to him in She-Hulk. I mean, She-Hulk was better than him. What we got in She-Hulk was a weak, emasculated man with low testosterone. Matter of fact, I dare to say that what we got in She-Hulk was not the Incredible Hulk. It was not Bruce Banner. It was Mark Ruffalo. So Mark Ruffalo is all that's left. So the answer to your question is, if the Incredible Hulk would have been in this particular movie, would it have saved the movie? Absolutely not. Now, when it comes to you blaming Universal, let me tell you the reason why Universal is not at fault here. The first reason is this: Universal already has a deal with Marvel, with Marvel's Entertainment or Disney's Marvel, to actually use Hulk as a part of their movie. Like he's not going to be a main character, he's not going to be a mainstay or have his own movie, but they allow them to use him as part of, other movies about other Marvel characters. Now, why can't they make a movie about the Incredible Hulk? Well, let me show you exactly why. It's simple. It's because the Incredible Hulk movies are not marketable at all. Incredible Hulk as a character is not a character that everybody just wants to sit and watch it because it's so powerful. You need other people's storyline. The storyline for Incredible Hulk is not that strong to get butts in seats, and you can't really develop real bad characters that actually have meanings that would make people go and see the movie. It will always just be them setting up for a big battle, smash Hulk, whatever, right? So nobody wanted to see it. When you take a look at the marketing of this particular movie, the first movie in 2003 with Eric Bana, if you guys recall, they had a budget production of $137 million. And what did it make? $245 million. It didn't even break even. It needed to make at the very least $264 million. It didn't break even. Now, when it came to the Edward Norton's version in 2008, they had the same budget, the exact same budget, $137 million, 500,000. So they actually added $500,000 to that. And what did it make? $265 million. So it just barely broke even with an extra $1 million. So the character in itself is not profitable for Universal, but it is profitable if they allow that character to become part of maybe the Avengers team and so on and so forth. And if they wanted to use the character for a solo movie, they would need at the very least a member of the Avengers or a member of the X-Men, and all of these rights belong to Disney. And when have you seen Disney allow any of their own characters feature in any other movie? I haven't seen it. If you have, let me know in the comment section below. Disney doesn't let their own characters feature in any other movie, but they're buying rights or partially buying rights like they did with Spider-Man from Sony to feature in their own movie or even collaborate with them to make a solo movie. So unless Disney is ready to collaborate with Universal to make a solo movie at this moment, and they are in loggerheads and in competition with each other because it's Disney that owns Marvel and Universal is a direct competition. So I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Plus, the character isn't marketable on his own, hence why they are sitting on it. So I just thought that I talk about this, and essentially what I'm saying is this: all in all, even if you included Mark Ruffalo, green, big old Mark Ruffalo, because you made him big and green, and he doesn't have a deep voice like the Incredible Hulk should. Even when he was smart in the comics and in the cartoons, he was still had that voice, right? He has a Mark Ruffalo wimpy voice, right? A big green character having a wimpy voice. There's just nothing going for that character enough for people to want to go and see him. Not anymore, because the Incredible Hulk that you knew and loved and fell in love with growing up, Hulk Smash, is dead and gone, and he would not save this movie. These are my thoughts regarding this. Let me know what you think about it. Do you think that the Incredible Hulk, if he should feature in Captain America, Brave New World, aka Woke Captain America, aka Captain African America, aka Tokenized Captain America, if it's going to feature in that movie, let me know if it's going to make a difference. It's going to get butts in seats at the theaters. Comment in the comment section below and let's get down there and talk about it a lot more. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, ding that bell for notification, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace and Sayas out. Bye-bye now.